Hey there everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. Today I want to show you guys my Colourpop collection. So Colourpop just recently had a sale which sparked a little bit of a binge from me, and then I was like, you know, as I was researching, trying to find like, should I buy this one? What does this one look like on my skin color? In my skin tone? Is it warm? Is it cool tone? What does this actually look like in person? So that kind of sparked the idea once I got them all to create a video for you guys showing you my collection. So I have pretty fair skin, if you can't tell. I'm usually like the lightest shade of foundation or like the next one up. I don't know if I've ever gone any higher than that. I mean, obviously it's not for every single foundation, but generally I'm all the way at the end. I have blue eyes, I have light hair, and I would say my skin tone is kind of cool, neutral. I'm definitely more on the pink side than on the yellow side. So sometimes things can be really warm on me and not look good at all, and other times they can actually be too cool and actually be a little bit too pink. That's less likely, but just so you guys kind of know my profile, how I'm kind of classified. I don't know my MAC number like everybody does, the NC blah blah blah. I have no idea. I've never owned anything from MAC, so I can't give you that information. Just know that I always fall to like the lightest two shades of things. So I have 8 different shades for you guys, ranging from lighter to this is the darkest one that I have. It's the last one that I put on, and then I was like, you know, I'm feeling that today, so I left it on. But you guys will get to see how they apply, what they look like on my skin, actually applied on my lips, how they look compared to in the bottle, and I'm also going to compare them to Colourpop's swatches that they have. Sometimes they do like on the lips swatches, so I'm going to compare it to all of that so you guys can see the full spectrum. So without further intro, let's jump into it. So I started off with the lightest shades and worked up to the darkest shades. The first one that I have is this one right here. It is called Tight Fit. It is a ultra glossy lip, and it has sort of a metallic sheen to it. So it is this peachy pink sort of a shade with a pink, and it kind of looks like a silver, kind of like a pinky silvery metallic fleck inside of it. The formula of this is really nice. Their glosses are super nice. They do sort of glide. There's no sort of sticky tack to them. And this is just a really fun shade. I bought it to be more of a topper. So on its own, it is pretty cool. It's a little bit more subtle. It's not a high pigmented gloss. And I just thought it would be nice on top of some different shades. Like actually might be kind of nice on top of this one and some of the other ones that I have, just to sort of kind of give them a little extra something something. This is the next one, and this is called Little Stitious. It is an ultra satin lip. I love the ultra satin formula. It's not quite a matte. It doesn't have that kind of ultra drying feeling. It has a satin finish, just like the name, so it's not fully matte, but it's definitely nowhere near a gloss. And this color is really great. It's a very light, sort of dusty pink. I get a ton of winter vibes from this. It can be a little bit tricky to wear. I feel like there's a very stark line as to where like your skin is and then where it starts. Also on the inside of your mouth, it can create a very stark line. So this is a very obvious lip color, I guess I would say. It doesn't sort of blend as well as I would have hoped, but I love the color. I think it's so, so pretty. This next one is also an ultra satin lip, and I've had this one for a little while, and so all of the writing has come off of the packaging, which just kind of happens, so you're left with a very neutral looking packaging. But this is Echo Park, and this was a part of their original ultra satin lip launches, and it is super popular for a reason. This is a warm, peachy kind of nude color that does still work on my skin, at least I think so. This is a nice sort of like neutral peach, if that makes any sense. It's not too warm, and it's also definitely not a cool color, but it is very wearable. It is sort of like an everyday nude, and it is in that ultra satin formula, so it is more long lasting and still comfortable. This next color gives me all of the feels. I don't know, I am just in love with it. This is another ultra satin. It is in the color Femme, and it is the definition of mood. It is such a moody, dusty, sort of gray purple. It just creates this sort of vibe and this look. I think the name goes with it. It's this powerful, feminine, yet super edgy lip color that I just want to keep on wearing. I keep looking at it and I'm like, yes, this is what I'm feeling. It definitely is one of those colors where they start looking very different from what's in the bottle to what's on your lip to what is kind of online. So that's one of the reasons I'm kind of giving you guys these different swatches, is so that you can really kind of see what the color is actually looking like. Next up, this color is Sookie. It is called Sookie, and if you guys don't know the reference, you need to go Google it right now and go watch the show because it is amazing. But this is an ultra glossy lip, and it claims to be sort of like a plummy berry sort of color, and it is ultra glossy. It's so pigmented though. It is so rich in color, and it has a nice glossy sort of look and feel to it. It's super wearable. It's a fantastic fall color. This is like all of the fall vibes in a little tube that's not a matte lip color. I absolutely love this. This is definitely going to be a staple. This might be my Thanksgiving lip color. This one is another color that I've had in my collection for a little while, but it's not as worn off on the label because I don't wear it as much. This is called Lost. It is another ultra satin lip, and I actually find this one to be a little bit difficult to apply. I don't know if that's because it's such a rich red color or if it's just the formula of this one. I'm not really sure, but you guys will see in my swatch that it's a little bit jacked up. But it is what it is. I always have to take my time, like be super careful with this one, trying to apply it, but that's also pretty typical with most dark colors. But this is a really nice, rich red color. It claims that it's sort of like a brick red brown, but I just kind of get a general red vibe from it. I really, really like it. It is a good classic staple red, but again, a little bit more difficult to apply than some of the other reds that I have, but still a really great color. This one is called Notion, and it is an ultra matte lip. This is the first ultra matte that I've owned from Colourpop, and the formula was really surprising to me. This was my first time ever wearing this, ever swatching it, and so putting it on, I was like, oh, whoa, what, like, how does this even work? It's a very thin yet super pigmented formula, so it applies really, really easily, which kind of helps control. You're not sort of having to push it around. The ultra satin is a little bit thicker. The glosses are definitely a thick formula. This is really sheer in formula without losing the pigmentation. Again, it is a darker color, and the contrast from what is actually in the tube to what goes onto your lips is pretty significant. The lip color looks much darker than what it looks like in the bottle. But it is a really, really pretty, very deep raspberry sort of color. Again, another great fall berry that I'm super excited to wear, and I just think is really, really gorgeous. And lastly is the color that I have on my lips here. It is another ultra satin, and it is in the color Hutch. This is a very deep sort of violet, blackberry sort of a color. I was obsessed with this when I saw it online, and I just wanted a really dark lip. I don't have any very, very dark lips, and I needed to pick this one up, and I do not regret it. It is a super dark color, so you take your time applying it, but this almost applies easier than Lost, the red one. For some reason, I'm not sure why. Even though it's a super dark color, it's much easier to apply. And I really love the deep sort of vampy vibe that it gives off. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be, and I absolutely love it. So there you guys have it. That is my current Colourpop collection. It's not too crazy or expansive. There's no weird colors in there, at least not to me. There's no like greens or blues or crazy like super bright oranges, but I just thought I would give you guys those swatches. So if you guys are interested in buying any of them, they're super affordable, regularly priced. Each one is $6, but they just had a deal where it was like 3 for $12, and so I definitely picked up 6 of them. So if you guys can find a deal, they'll come out around the holidays. They kind of happen periodically. If you follow them on social media, you guys will definitely see those, and I would suggest picking up anything that suits you. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't yet, subscribe and you'll be able to see more videos from me. But I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful, and I hope to see you next time.